America, as we know it today, is a land of diverse cultures, innovation, and an ever-evolving society. However, long before the arrival of European settlers, the country was home to hundreds of indigenous tribes with unique ways of life that shaped the American landscape. With over 570 recognized tribes, each boasting a rich history and tradition, Native American culture is deeply intertwined with the American fabric. These tribes practiced customs and rituals that not only reflected their spiritual beliefs but also their connection to nature, family, and the world around them. Some of these traditions might seem curious, fascinating, or even unsettling to modern eyes, depending on the perspective from which they're viewed. These indigenous cultures preserved their heritage through intricate ceremonies, some of which continue to be practiced today, albeit in varying forms. From mysterious coming-of-age rituals to birth celebrations and symbolic ceremonies to honor the dead, Native American practices often captured the complexity of life and death. Though many of these rituals have faded over time or evolved into different expressions, their legacy remains as intriguing as ever, offering a glimpse into a world that valued community, spirituality, and the natural order of life. In today's episode of our YouTube series, The Native Journals *, we delve into the heart of Native American customs and explore 10 of their most peculiar and, in some cases, unsettling practices. These traditions highlight the spiritual and emotional depth of these people, providing a fascinating contrast to the modern American way of life. Some practices, like those related to mourning and honoring the dead, are poignant reminders of how these communities dealt with loss, while others, such as initiation rituals, showcase their approach to life transitions. Prepare to be captivated by a journey into the past that may leave you both enlightened and mystified. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Native Journals, where we curate and share some of the most remarkable stories about indigenous people. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at the Native American tribes and uncovering 10 of their most unusual practices. Before we embark on this journey into the intriguing world of Native customs, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Without further ado, here are 10 peculiar Native American practices, some of which you may find surprising, and perhaps even a little unsettling. 1. The Miigwech doll of the Ojibwe tribe. The Ojibwe, a Native American tribe known for their deep spiritual connection to the natural world, had a unique practice to honor their children after death, a custom that may appear deeply unsettling to outsiders. When a child passed away, the tribe created a doll known as the Miigwech, which served as both a symbol of mourning and a token of remembrance for the grieving family, especially the mother. After the burial of the child, the people of the Ojibwe tribe would cut a lock of hair from the deceased and use it to craft the Miigwech doll, a physical representation of the lost child. This hair, along with the child's clothes and personal belongings, would be sewn into the doll, creating a deeply personal and sorrowful artifact. The doll was then given to the child's mother as a source of comfort during her grief. While to some, this might seem eerie or macabre, to the Ojibwe, it was a profound way to preserve the memory of their loved one and maintain a connection to their spirit. The death of a child in the tribe was an event of immense sorrow. In the days following the funeral, the family, particularly the parents, would undergo a period of intense mourning. They would sing sorrowful songs that echoed across the lands, cut their own hair as a sign of deep grief, and remain in solitude, refraining from speaking to others for days. This period of mourning was considered sacred and necessary, allowing the parents to process their loss in a way that aligned with their spiritual beliefs. According to Ojibwe tradition, the spirits of deceased children were believed to journey to a place called the land of the Little People. This mystical realm was thought to be a paradise of eternal joy, where the souls of children lived in peace and happiness. While the parents grieved, they also took solace in the belief that their child had found serenity in the spiritual realm. The Miigwech doll wasn't just a relic of mourning, It was a testament to the love and connection between parent and child, even in death. The doll was kept close, a constant reminder of the little one lost but never forgotten. The rituals surrounding the death of a child in the Ojibwe tribe reflect the depth of their emotional and spiritual connection, not only to their deceased children but to the cycle of life itself. Let's move on to another fascinating, yet peculiar, practice among the Native American tribes. The Vision Quest. The Vision Quest was another strikingly spiritual yet peculiar rite of passage among many Native American tribes. Young men, as they approached adolescence, would embark on a solitary journey into the wilderness to seek guidance from the spirit world. For several days they would fast and pray, isolated from their community, in hopes of receiving a vision that would reveal their life's path or provide answers to their innermost questions. The Vision Quest was not just a test of physical endurance, but a deeply introspective spiritual experience. While the isolation and deprivation might seem extreme, it was considered an essential step toward adulthood in many tribes. The young men returned to their villages with newfound wisdom, often having experienced vivid dreams or visions that were believed to be messages from the spirit world. Tribal elders would then help interpret these visions, guiding the young men as they integrated this spiritual knowledge into their lives. The Green Corn Ceremony. The Green Corn Ceremony was a vital agricultural and religious event celebrated by southeastern tribes such as the Cherokee and Creek. Held during the late summer, this ceremony marked the first harvest of corn, the tribe's most important crop. The ceremony was not only a celebration of the harvest but also a time for spiritual renewal and forgiveness. Participants engaged in days of fasting, purification, and sacred dances. They believed that through these rituals, they could cleanse their spirits and ensure the continued fertility of their crops for the coming year. The ceremony culminated in a communal feast where all members of the tribe partook in the freshly harvested corn, symbolizing unity and gratitude. This practice might seem unusual, but it underscores the deep spiritual relationship these tribes had with nature and the belief that their agricultural success depended on maintaining harmony with the natural world. The Ghost Dance Movement. In the late 19th century, the Ghost Dance movement swept through many Native American tribes, including the Lakota Sioux. This spiritual revival was fueled by the belief that through dance and prayer, the spirits of the dead would return to the earth to help the tribes reclaim their lands and way of life from European settlers. Participants would gather in large circles, dancing for hours, sometimes even days, in an attempt to summon the ancestors. The movement was seen as a threat by the U.S. government, leading to the tragic Wounded Knee Massacre in 1890. Despite its sorrowful end, the Ghost Dance represents a powerful moment of hope and resistance in Native American history, as tribes sought to reclaim their sovereignty through spiritual means. These practices offer just a glimpse into the rich and diverse cultures of Native American tribes. Each ritual, whether involving birth, death, or the spiritual transitions of life, reflects a deep connection to the earth, the spirit world, and each other. Though some of these traditions may seem strange or unsettling to modern audiences, they were, and in some cases still are, integral parts of indigenous life and belief systems. With that, we conclude today's episode of the Native Journal's *. Be sure to join us again as we continue to explore the fascinating, sometimes odd, yet always meaningful practices of indigenous cultures across the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more episodes. The intricate ceremonies and rituals of Native American tribes are rich with symbolic meaning, capturing the spiritual depth and connection these communities have with life, death, and the transitions in between. Continuing from the practices of the Ojibwe tribe, which involves the creation of the *Miigwech* doll, we explore further into the captivating and sometimes unusual customs of other native tribes, beginning with the Navajo and their profound relationship with the afterlife. The Blessing Way of the Navajo people and other beliefs. The Navajo people, one of North America's largest tribes, hold a deeply spiritual view of death, seeing it not as an end but a passage into the spiritual realm. Death, especially if sudden or violent, is approached with great caution due to the belief in malevolent spirits called *chindi*, which could linger and pose a threat to the living. To protect against these spirits, the Navajo practice solemn rituals, including refraining from speaking the deceased's name for a year, as they believe calling their name could summon the spirit back. Central to their beliefs is the *blessing way* ceremony, a sacred ritual led by *katali* or medicine man. The *blessing way* is not just a mourning ritual, but a ceremony to guide the deceased spirit safely into the afterlife. It begins with prayers and offerings to the holy people, asking for protection and guidance. The *katali* performs a purification ritual, singing sacred songs passed down through generations, which play a vital role in preparing the spirit for its journey. A key element of the *blessing way* is the creation of a sand painting, a symbolic representation of the universe on the deceased's spiritual path. Made with colored sand gathered from various sacred locations, the painting is both a beautiful artwork and a deep spiritual symbol. It represents the interconnectedness of life and the journey the deceased must follow to transition into the next world. After the sand painting is completed, the *katali* purifies the area by blowing smoke from sacred herbs like sage while chanting prayers to cleanse both the living and the dead. This act purifies the spirit, allowing it to transition peacefully. The ceremony concludes with the *katali* giving the family a bundle of medicine to provide comfort and strength during their mourning. The *blessing way* is a profound reminder of the Navajo people's connection to their ancestors and their respect for the cycle of life and death. Through these sacred rituals, they ensure that the deceased spirit is cared for and peacefully transitions to the afterlife, preserving the harmony between the physical and spiritual worlds. 6. The Moon Camp of the Yankton Sioux people. The Yankton Sioux tribe's coming-of-age ceremony, known as the *Asanti Avit Sadompi* or Moon Camp *, is a powerful 4-day ritual that marks a girl's transition from childhood to womanhood. Celebrating a girl's first menstruation, this sacred ceremony connects her to the cycles of nature and her ancestors. During the *Moon Camp *, the girls are temporarily isolated from the community, where they are tasked with constructing their own teepee. This isolation isn't a punishment but a time of reflection and growth, allowing them to focus on learning and developing the skills they will need as women. Over 4 days, the girls engage in activities that strengthen their connection to their cultural roots. They are taught how to gather herbs, fruits, and wildflowers, which serve ceremonial and medicinal purposes, grounding them in the knowledge needed to take on the responsibilities of womanhood. The ceremony isn't just practical but deeply spiritual. The girls are guided through prayers and rituals to cleanse and prepare them for their future roles in the tribe, while also establishing a strong bond with their ancestors. The *Moon Camp * is a vital tradition for the Yankton Sioux, celebrating womanhood and passing down essential cultural wisdom. It's more than a milestone. It's a transformative experience that connects the girls with their community and heritage. Through this ceremony, they learn the spiritual and practical aspects of life, ensuring they enter adulthood with strength and knowledge. The *Moon Camp * reflects the deep respect Native American tribes have for life's major transitions. It's one of many ceremonies, like the *Miigwech Dalasterisque of the Ojibwe or the *Blessing Way* of the Navajo, that reveal the values and spiritual connections at the core of indigenous cultures. These traditions might seem foreign to outsiders, but they hold profound meaning within the communities that practice them. As we conclude this episode of *The Native Journals*, it's clear that these rituals are not just historical artifacts but living traditions that continue to shape Native American lives today. By exploring these practices, we gain a richer understanding of indigenous cultures and the spiritual depth that guides their approach to life and nature. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. We'll see you next time as we uncover more fascinating stories from indigenous cultures around the world. 7. The Sweat Lodge Ceremony. The Sweat Lodge ceremony is one of the most intense and spiritually charged rituals practiced by Native American tribes. It was designed for purification, spiritual healing, and deep connection with the Creator, or Great Spirit and it remains an iconic practice among many tribes, although its occurrence has become scarce in modern times. Despite this, the significance of the Sweat Lodge ceremony cannot be understated, as it encapsulates the core of Native American spirituality: the quest for inner peace and purification. The Sweat Lodge itself is a dome-shaped hut, carefully constructed from bent saplings and covered in animal skins or blankets. Inside the lodge, a central pit holds heated rocks that are instrumental in the ceremony. The process begins with the firekeeper a spiritual guardian of the sacred fire, who prepares the fire outside the lodge and heats the stones that will be used inside. Participants, often led by medicine man, prepare for the ritual by smoking ceremonial tobacco, singing sacred songs, or drinking herbal teas. These preparatory steps help them mentally and spiritually attune themselves for the intensity of the ceremony to come. Once the participants are ready, the heated rocks are gradually brought into the sweat lodge in rounds, and water mixed with herbs is poured over the rocks, creating billowing steam that envelops the space. The heat inside the lodge is stifling, and participants must endure this sweltering environment in complete darkness. As the heat rises, so too does the intensity of the spiritual experience. Participants chant prayers, meditate, and engage in vision-seeking, all with the goal of connecting with the Great Spirit. The sweat lodge is believed to cleanse the body, mind, and spirit, purging harmful toxins, negative emotions, and past traumas. This ritual cleansing is not just physical but emotional and spiritual, offering participants a sense of renewal and rebirth. After enduring the heat and steam of the lodge, participants emerge and cool off in a nearby river, completing their transformation. This act symbolizes a rebirth, a fresh start both physically and spiritually, as they leave behind the burdens they carried into the lodge. Though the practice was banned by the U.S. government between 1885 and 1934, it experienced a revival in the 1970s and continues to be a significant, though rare, spiritual practice today. The sweat lodge ceremony is not just an intense physical experience, it is a deeply spiritual journey. The heat, darkness, and isolation inside the lodge push participants to their limits, forcing them to confront their inner selves and connect with the Great Spirit. This ritual represents the ultimate act of purification, and those who partake in it often speak of the profound emotional and spiritual rebirth they feel afterward. 8. The Sundance Ceremony. The Sundance is one of the most well-known and revered ceremonies among the Plains tribes, particularly the Lakota, Cheyenne, and other tribes in North America. This elaborate ceremony is centered around dancing, fasting, and prayer, all of which are dedicated to seeking divine guidance and giving thanks to the Creator. The Sundance was more than just a spiritual exercise, it was a test of endurance and devotion, often lasting for several days. Participants prepared for the ceremony by embarking on a rigorous 4-day fast, abstaining from food and drink to purify their bodies and prepare their minds for the spiritual encounter ahead. The location for Sundance was typically a remote area, chosen for its connection to nature and the Creator. Summer was often the preferred time for the ceremony, when the sun was at its peak, symbolizing warmth, life, and the sustenance that the Creator provided. At the heart of the Sundance was the Sundance pole, a sacred tree adorned with feathers, beads, and other symbolic items. This pole was placed at the center of the dance circle and represented a direct connection to the Creator. The dancers would move around the pole for hours or even days, dancing in rhythm with the prayers and songs of the tribe. This was no ordinary dance, however. It was a physically demanding and exhausting process, made even more challenging by the fact that the dancers had been fasting for several days. For outsiders, the Sundance may seem like an extreme ritual, but for the Lakota, Cheyenne, and other tribes, it was a profound expression of faith and devotion. The ceremony was a way to seek guidance, give thanks for the blessings of life, and cleanse the body and soul. The dancers believed that by enduring the physical hardship of the Sundance, they were showing their commitment to the Creator and would be rewarded with spiritual clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. Though the Sundance may appear grueling to those unfamiliar with it, for the participants, it was a highly anticipated event. The connection they felt with the Creator during the ceremony, the sense of renewal they experienced afterward, and the communal bonds formed through shared endurance were invaluable. The Sundance continues to be a cornerstone of Plains tribe spirituality, a testament to their unwavering faith. 9. The Doll Ceremony of the Iroquois people. The doll ceremony or Gehendistrusk was a symbolic rite of passage among the Iroquois, marking a girl's transition into womanhood. Using corn husks, the girls crafted dolls which represented fertility, growth, and the responsibilities of adulthood. These simple dolls held deep significance, symbolizing not just physical maturity but also their readiness for motherhood and contributing to the community. As part of the ceremony, elders shared cultural knowledge and stories, ensuring that the young girls understood their new roles within the tribe. The ceremony connected them to their heritage, reinforcing the cycles of life and nature. For the Iroquois, this ritual was a way to preserve cultural identity while preparing the younger generation for the responsibilities they would embrace. The doll ceremony is a powerful example of how indigenous cultures use simple materials like corn husks to express complex ideas about growth and responsibility. It was not just about physical changes but also instilled a sense of cultural duty and spiritual connection. This and other ceremonies across Native American tribes reflect the deep ties between the spiritual and natural world, serving as both rites of passage and preservation of tradition. As we wrap up today's look into these rich rituals, it's clear these practices are more than historical. They remain vital, living traditions that continue to shape Native American identity today. 10. Vision Quests. The Vision Quest stands as one of the most sacred and transformative spiritual journeys in Native American culture, especially among Plains tribes like the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Lakota. It was more than a mere rite of passage. It was a profound spiritual odyssey, often marking the transition from adolescence to adulthood or preparing individuals for pivotal life changes. This journey delved deep into the soul, offering the possibility of revelations that could forever alter one's life. Before embarking on the quest, participants underwent intense preparation, cleansing both body and spirit. Fasting and prayer were essential, while sacred rituals like smudging, burning herbs such as sage or sweetgrass, purified them, clearing away negative energy to sharpen their focus on the spiritual path ahead. Spiritual leaders and elders played a crucial role during this time, guiding the participants with wisdom, preparing them mentally and spiritually for the challenging journey they were about to undertake. The journey led them into the wilderness, to a remote and sacred site far from human interference. These places were chosen for their isolation and spiritual power, allowing the quester to fully immerse themselves in the natural world and connect with the spirits without distraction. Alone in the vastness, they fasted, prayed, and meditated for several days, awaiting a vision, a divine message that could come in dreams, emotions, symbols, or powerful encounters with the spiritual realm. These experiences were often intense, at times overwhelming, but they were believed to offer deep insight into the quester's life path, purpose, and destiny. Upon returning from the quest, participants were forever changed, often carrying with them newfound wisdom. They sought out elders to help interpret the vision they received, uncovering layers of meaning that would help guide their steps moving forward. This reflective process was as important as the quest itself, ensuring that the lessons learned during the spiritual journey were not lost but rather integrated into daily life. For many, this was a pivotal moment of transformation, unlocking clarity and direction that helped them navigate the challenges and uncertainties of life with renewed purpose and confidence. To outsiders, the vision quest might seem extreme or perilous, the isolation, fasting, and emotional toll it took. But to tribes like the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Lakota, it was an essential journey of the soul. This quest for enlightenment, clarity, and connection to the spiritual realm provided guidance not just for the individual but for their community. It was a personal sacrifice for spiritual growth, offering profound insights that shaped the course of their lives. The vision quest was not merely a physical ordeal but a sacred communion with the spirit world. A rite that brought the participant closer to understanding themselves, their world, and the unseen forces that guided them. The Blackfoot burial practices. The Blackfoot Confederacy, made up of 4 tribes, practiced deeply spiritual and symbolic burial rituals. Death wasn't seen as an end, but a transition to the afterlife. Their scaffold burial method placed the deceased high on platforms, closer to the sky, believed to be a gateway to the spirit world. The body was placed in a fetal position, surrounded by personal belongings like tools, clothes, or weapons to aid the spirit's journey and prevent haunting the living. If not properly honored, spirits could linger, so Blackfoot communities sometimes abandoned or burned the belongings of the deceased to ensure peace. These rituals, though unsettling to outsiders, were expressions of reverence, ensuring the dead were treated with respect. Meanwhile, the Cherokee held equally spiritual practices surrounding childbirth. For them, it was a sacred event guided by midwives and female relatives, using herbal remedies and prayers to support the mother. Birth often occurred near water, symbolizing life and purification. In difficult labor, Cherokee women used storytelling, gently coaxing the unborn child with songs or light-hearted threats to prompt its arrival. This spiritual conversation between the mother, midwives, and child was a blend of tradition, humor, and belief. Both cultures saw life and death as sacred transitions between realms. The Blackfoot's burial ensured the dead spirit reached the afterlife, while the Cherokee's childbirth practices safeguarded new life. These rituals show a profound connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. Life's transitions, whether birth or death, required careful spiritual navigation. These traditions, though ancient, remain integral to Native American culture, teaching respect, reverence, and the importance of ritual. The Blackfoot and Cherokee reveal how deeply intertwined life and death were in their cultures, offering insights into the sacredness of life's journey. 12. The Potlatch Ceremony. The potlatch ceremony, practiced by tribes of the Pacific Northwest like the Haida, Coast Salish, and Tlingit, was a grand display of wealth and generosity, marking significant life events such as weddings and funerals. Far more than a feast, potlatches involved hosts giving away or even destroying their possessions to show abundance and reinforce community bonds. Lavish gift-giving elevated the host status, while ensuring wealth was shared among the tribe. Though seen as excessive by outsiders, the potlatch was a vital tradition that maintained social and economic balance. It ensured that wealth flowed freely within the community, reflecting the belief that personal riches should benefit all. However, the U.S. and Canadian governments banned the practice in the late 19th century, viewing it as disruptive to Western ideals of property. Despite this, the potlatch survived and has seen a revival in modern times, reclaiming its role in reinforcing cultural identity and community values. The potlatch, while extravagant to some, was a powerful symbol of generosity, social responsibility, and balance. This tradition, like others in Native American culture, remains a living testament to the resilience and enduring strength of indigenous peoples today.